this case, remember, you're supposed to be burned alive if you try to do that, so I guess without really saying so, maybe Vercingetorix's dad was burned alive for trying to become a king. When this whole rebellion takes place, as the story goes, Vercingetorix and his family members, including an uncle, will sort of fight over what to do. Vercingetorix will apparently be wanting to become a king and maybe take on the Romans. The uncle opposes him, so Vercingetorix gets thrown out of his city. Caesar says he goes out and, using Gallic liberty and freedom as his rallying cry, rally all these, Caesar says, desperados and dead-enders, but you could really see them as maybe patriotic young Gallic warriors finally ready to rise up. I mean, depends on the way you're viewing this. They must have been pretty decently intimidating, because Vercingetorix will come back to his home city with all these desperados and dead-enders around him, essentially launch a coup, if you will, against his home city, become the king of those people, and then begin to rally tribes together. These tribes begin to cede authority to him as a war leader, which is very unusual in the Celtic world. Historian and classicist Michael M. Sage points out that Vercingetorix didn't start this rebellion against the Romans, but he quickly came in and sort of took it over. He sent embassies everywhere and formed alliances, Sage says, and then he names all these big important tribes that Vercingetorix begins to communicate with and say, listen, the time is now. Remember, it's only been a few years since Caesar conquered this place, so these are all recently subdued peoples, and they sort of understand that this is how it's going to be unless they move at some point. And Vercingetorix is sending embassies to all these tribes saying, that point is now. Michael M. Sage writes that Vercingetorix was chosen the war leader of these tribes and began implementing policies that were very un-Gallic in nature, but that a Roman like Caesar could appreciate because they're more like Roman standards. Sage writes, quote, Vercingetorix was chosen as commander and quickly set about organizing the rebel army. In accordance with standard Gallic procedure, he demanded and received hostages from each of his allies as pledges of good faith, and issued orders to them to provide a specific number of soldiers for the allied army. He enforced his orders with ferocious punishments that included execution and torture. This was an extraordinary development. During his campaigns in Gaul, Caesar had faced individual tribes or coalitions on the battlefield. Perhaps the largest was that of the Belgae in 57 BC. However, in these conflicts, there is no hint of any central organization among allied tribes. After Caesar's initial refusal to engage the Belgic army, the tribes simply returned home to face Caesar individually. Vercingetorix represents an entirely new direction in Gallic resistance to the Romans. For the first time, their opponent was a centrally organized and directed army that represented an alliance of a number of different tribes. Its creation was in part due to the extraordinary personality of Vercingetorix, and also to the effects of the Roman conquest. The Gauls' repeated failures against Caesar had led to the realization that their traditional military methods were no longer adequate. The Roman army in Gaul was too large to be dealt with without a collective effort. Importantly, it provided a model of a highly organized and centralized army that Vercingetorix correctly saw was the only possibility of defeating the Romans. End quote. Sage goes on to point out that Vercingetorix's tribe was friends with the Romans, and that it was not unusual for Gallic noblemen of friendly tribes to serve with the Romans on campaign as allied cavalry, and it's possible, although he points out we have no evidence one way or the other, that Vercingetorix had done this once upon a time too, and maybe was quite familiar with the way the Romans fought. Adrian Goldsworthy even suggests the possibility that Caesar and Vercingetorix knew each other personally from years before this period, which would add a completely new layer to things, wouldn't it? Nonetheless, there are some things that Vercingetorix now, as the supreme commander of the war are some things that Vercingetorix now, as the supreme commander, the warlord of all these tribes in Gaul, with the exception of a few who are slowly but surely going to come on board, he can control some things now with greater authority than any Gallic ruler since Caesar first arrived on the scene, but there's other things he can't change. He can start ordering tribes around now, so instead of having to beg a tribe you normally are enemies with or temporarily fighting with for supplies and troops and whatnot, you can order it. So you can begin to mimic, in a maybe less efficient way, things like Roman supply and working together and telling one tribe to go over here and another tribe to go over there as part of some larger strategy, which is a huge improvement. But you're not changing the reality on the tactical level on the ground. You're not turning your Gallic warriors with their swords and their shields into Roman legionaries. You're not inventing centurions. You're not getting battlefield discipline and drill and organization at that level. So you still can't face the legions in the field. And Vercingetorix seems to know this because he's going to be famous for telling the rest of the Gauls that they have to do something that runs against their nature in terms of this heroic ethos. He tells them they're essentially going to have a guerrilla war, and they're going to have to adopt a scorched earth strategy, and they're going to have to destroy their stuff and where they live and everything in order to defeat these Romans. Now, we talked earlier about some of the greatest tragedies in human history being when some of the things on the list that you're willing to die for become the cost of other things on the list that you're willing to die for. And this is the greatest test in the history of any Gallic leader that we've seen, maybe anywhere in the history books, where you are going to have members of rival tribes making decisions that tell you you have to burn down your homes and your city and leave. The fact that these tribes listen and agree to adopt this strategy of Vercingetorix is a sign, one, of the desperate times, and two, of his unrivaled authority. For the first time in history, Gaul, or most of it anyway, is acting under the control of sort of one mind, one will, as the Nazis would have said. But it creates a situation where the Gauls are now at least on par with Caesar, the ability to have a united strategy, and this has never before been the case.
Blake.
Just because you have more power than any Gallic warlord you can find in the previous history books doesn't mean you're the one who always gets to decide what to do. We all know, right? War is a game of seizing the initiative and sometimes responding to the other person doing that. Sometimes you get to play offense, but sometimes the other guy has the ball, right? In this case, there will be games that both Caesar and Vercingetorix will play with these cities. It's sort of ironic that one of the things Vercingetorix is known for is telling the Celtic people they have to burn all these cities. Well, where do all the major encounters happen? Outside these Gallic towns or cities. Much of this encounter involves sieges and the attempt to relieve sieges for various political reasons. Caesar will show up on the scene and go bam, bam, and take a couple of towns real fast, reminding the Celtic people that they cannot stand up to Roman sieges very well. Then they will defeat some Gallic cavalry in a skirmish, sort of reminding the Gauls that they can't face up to Roman field tactics and field armies very well either. So what do you do then? This is where the strategy comes into a scorched earth type deal. So Vercingetorix, according to Caesar, we should emphasize that, gives this big speech where he tells them you're going to have to destroy everything. It's great. It's worth quoting in full. And notice at the end, by the way, that he throws up one of those you'll lose everything kinds of pictures to these people, right? I realize I'm asking you to do a lot. It's a bunch of things you'd be willing to die for, maybe, but it's there to preserve other things you'd be willing to die for. Remember the stakes. This from the essay Hanford edition, and this is Caesar putting this into Vercingetorix's mouth, remember. By the way, Caesar will mention these other cities that he's now taken already on the way to dealing with this rebellion, and they sound like names out of the Lord of the Rings, don't they? After this series of reverses, at Velonodunum, and Cenabum, and Noviodunum, Vercingetorix summoned his followers to a council of war, and told them that their plan of campaign must be completely changed. This is Vercingetorix talking, according to Caesar. Quote, "We must strive by every means," he said, "to prevent the Romans from obtaining forage and supplies. This will be easy, since we are strong in cavalry and the season is in our favor. There is no grass to cut, so the enemy will be forced to send out parties to get hay from the barns, and our cavalry can go out every day and see that not a single one of them returns alive. What is more, when our lives are at stake, we must be prepared to sacrifice our private possessions. Along the enemy's line of march, we must burn all of the villages and farms within the radius that the foragers can cover. We ourselves have plenty of supplies, because we can rely upon the resources of the people in whose territory the campaign is conducted. But the Romans will either succumb to starvation or have to expose themselves to serious risk by going far from their camp in search of food. We can either kill them or strip them of their baggage, which will be equally effective, since without it, they cannot keep the field. We should also burn all the towns, except those that are rendered impregnable by natural and artificial defenses. Otherwise, they may serve as refuges for shirkers among our own numbers, and give the enemy the chance of looting the stores of provisions and other property that they contain. You may think these measures harsh and cruel, but you must admit that it would be a still harsher fate to have your wives and children carried off into slavery and be killed yourselves, which is what will inevitably befall you if you are conquered." End quote. That is, by the way, sort of Caesar pointing out, I guess you could read into this. Yes, that's true. That is what I'll do to them. Caesar says that most of these tribes that we're working with, Vercingetorix complied, and he says one of them burned 20 of their towns simultaneously. You could see the smoke in the skies, but one tribe begged the other Gallic tribes not to make them burn their city down. It was this special city, they said. They were wrapped up in it. It was one of the finest in all of Gaul. Please don't make them do this. It's like, please don't make me choose between one thing on my list that I'd be willing to die for and some other thing on the list. So either Vercingetorix is softer than he seems in other parts of the story, or maybe he didn't have as much authority as is suggested by Caesar, but nonetheless, these people are able to get their city spared, this hilltop town of theirs. Supposedly, one of the arguments they made is, listen, it's impregnable, don't worry, and then Caesar took it. This is the city of Avaricum, and traditionally it's considered to be one of the three main encounters that formed the military side of this Gallic rebellion. But it's worth pointing out that in the same way that the word pacification covers a ton of low-level violence that doesn't quite, reach the standards of making it into the history books, talking about this Gallic rebellion and then boiling it down to 3 sieges and the violence associated with that is a minimizer also of all the things that were going on sort of under the radar, under the historical radar, so to speak. Archaeologists are something interesting. You have Vercingetorix here saying they're going to have to burn the city, so the Romans have no high-value targets, and yet here they are going after high-value targets anyway. All of the major encounters in this rebellion happen around cities. So what happened there? They should be burned down, shouldn't they? But each one sort of has an excuse for why it's still there. And Barry Cunliffe points out that what's sort of ironic is that it's only in the parts of Gaul that have had significant contact with the Romans and become more Roman-like that you have these sorts of cities where the Romans enjoy to see their target to begin with. Right? If you go to the less civilized, I'm using air quotes with my hands here, the less civilized tribal north up where the Nervii and the Belgae are and everything, they don't even have cities like this. They're much more decentralized. You're going to have to chase the tribal people out of their little, huts and into the woods. But here, you can almost treat these Gallic states, remember that's the way some translators translate it now, not tribes but states. You can almost treat them the way you treat these states in eastern Greece. When the Romans go there, they just go to the major population centers and take them. Boom, war's over. So some of these Gallic tribes are becoming more like the Romans, and the Romans can fight them more like their traditional basically the capitals of these states. The tribal heart, if you will. Cunliffe writes, quote, Giant mesa is a good way to put it. That's what these hill forts that become hill towns that eventually morph into hill cities in these more sophisticated Gallic states are like, right? It's not a man-made feature. It's something that has stood here since the dawn of time. And put some fortifications on top of it. The Vericum has marshes all around it, so Romans can't do their normal practice of building giant there's only one entrance to the place, so it looks like if this were a Gaulic besieging army, they would be stymied. Of course, this is the Romans. For the course of almost 30 days, they build a countermountain. It's hard to understand. Some of the sources talk about a ramp, others talk about a mound, but essentially Caesar built something on one part of one side of the fortification to equalize the height. And it takes the legionaries almost over the hill. It's like 400 feet long, about 80 feet high, and you just marvel at what the Romans would do. Listen to the
Ich sehe die ernsten Künstler, die wirklich ihre Sache bearbeiten. Und was bin ich eigentlich? Nur ein schneller Künstler und so weiter. Die Produktion. Aber das Denken ist der Leitfaden. Die Ideen. Es gibt einen Leitfaden.
He's brought his army, he's keeping it 15 or 16 miles away from the Romans. Siege engines and building this giant mound or ramp. And they're picking off Roman stragglers as the Romans look for food. And they're looking for food. This strategy is starting to bite, is one of the historians of that.
Und davon kommt vielleicht meine Unsicherheit.
I am an eternal spirit, and the things I make are but ephemera, yet I endure. Yea, and the little earth crumbles beneath our feet. and the lotus that pours her fragrance into the purple cup is more to be gained with the foam than are you with these words of mine. Pale hair that the moon has shaken down over the dark breast of the sea, oh magic her beauty has shaken about the heart of me. Out of you have I woven a dream that shall walk in the lonely vale, betwixt the high hill and the low hill, till the pale stream of the souls of men quench and grow still. Red leaf that art blown upward and out and over the green sheaf of the world, and through the dim forest and under the shadowed arches and aisles, we who are older than thou art met and remembered when his eyes beheld her in the garden of the peach trees in the day of the blossoming. I stood on the hill of Yerma when the winds were a-hurrying. With the grasses a-bending, I followed them, and through the brown grasses of Ava into the green of Asadon. I have rested with the ways, the voices, in the gardens of Athor. I have lain beneath the peach trees in the hour of the purple. Because I had waited in the garden of the peach trees, because I had feared not in the forest of my mind, mine eyes beheld the vision of the blossom there in the peach gardens past Asadon. O winds of Irma, let her again come unto me, whose hair ye held unbound in the gardens of Athor. Because of the beautiful white shoulders and the rounded breasts, I can in no wise forget my beloved of the peach trees, and the little winds that speak when the dawn is unfurled, and the rose color in the gray oak leaf's fold. When it first comes in the glamour that rests on the little streams in the evening, all of these call me to her, and all the loveliness in the world binds me to my beloved with strong chains of gold. If the rose petals which have fallen upon my eyes, and if the perfect faces which I see at times when my eyes are closed, faces fragile, pale, yet flushed a little, like pales of roses, if these things have confused my memories of her so that I could not draw her face even if I had skill and the colors, yet because her face is so like these things, they but draw me nearer unto her in my thought, and thoughts of her come upon my mind gently as dew upon the petals of roses. O pearls that hang on your little silver chains, the innumerable voices that are whispering among you as you are drawn aside by the wind, have brought to my mind the soft and eager speech of one who hath great loveliness, which is subtle as the beauty of the rains that hang low in the moonshine, and bring the May softly among us, and unbind the streams and crimson and white flowers, and reach deep down into the secret places. The glamour of the soul hath come upon me, and as the twilight comes upon the roses, walking silently among them, so have the thoughts of my heart gone out slowly in the twilight toward my beloved, toward the crimson rose, the fairest. Francesca. You came in out of the night, and there were flowers in your hands. Now you will come out of a confusion of people, out of a turmoil of speech about you. I who have seen you amid the primal things was angry when they spoke your name in ordinary places. I would that the cool waves might flow over my mind, and that the world should dry as a dead leaf, or as a dandelion seed pod, and be swept away, so that I might find you again, alone. Greek epigram. Day and night are never weary, nor yet is God of creating, for day and night their torch-bearers, the aube and the crepuscule. So when I weary of praising the dawn and the sunset, let me no more counted among the immortals, but number me amid the wearying ones. Let me be a man as the herd, and as the slave that is given in barter. Christofori Colombi Tumulis. Genuine, glory of Italy, Columbus, thou sure light. Alas, the urn takes even thee so soon outblown. Its little space doth hold thee, whom Oceanos had not the might within his folds to hold, although his broad embrace doth hold all lands. Bark borne beyond his boundaries into Hind, thou wast where scarce fame's volant self the way had cast. Plotinus. There's one that would draw through the node of things, back sweeping to the vortex of the cone, cloistered about with memories, alone in chaos, while the waiting silence sings. Obliviate of cycles' wanderings, I was an atom on creation's throne, and knew all nothing, my unconquered own. God, should I be the hand upon the strings? But I was lonely as a lonely child. I cried amid the void and heard no cry. And then for utter loneliness made I new thoughts as crescent images of me. And with them was my essence reconciled, while fear went forth from mine eternity. on his own face in a glass. O strange face, there in the glass, O ribald company, O saintly host, O sorrow swept my fool, what answer? O ye myriad that strive and play and pass, jest, challenge, counter-lie, I, and ye. Histrion. No man hath dared to write this thing as yet, and yet I know how that the souls of all men great at times pass through us, and we are melted into them, and are not save reflections of their souls. Thus am I Dante for a space, and am one Francois Villon, ballad lord and thief, or am such holy ones I may not write, lest blasphemy be writ against my name. This for an instant, and the flame is gone. 'Tis as in midmost us there glows a sphere of translucent molten gold that is the eye, and into this some form projects itself. Christus or John, or eke the Florentine, and as the clear space is not if a form's imposed thereon, so cease we from all being for the time, and these, the masters of the soul, live on. The eyes. Rest, master, for we be aweary, weary and would feel the fingers of the wind upon these lids that lie over us, sodden and lead-heavy. Rest, brother, for lo, the dawn is without, the yellow flame paleth, and the wax runs low. Free us, for without be goodly colors, green of the wood moss and flower colors, and coolness beneath the trees. Free us, for we perish in this ever-flowing monotony of ugly print marks, black upon white parchment. Free us, for there is one whose smile more availeth than all the age-old knowledge of thy books, and we would look thereon. Defiance. Ye blood-red spearsmen of the dawn's array, that drive my dust-clad nights of dream away, hold, for I will not yield. My moted soul shall dream in your despite, a refuge for the vanquished hosts of night that can not yield. Love thou my dream, all base love scorning. Love thou the wind, and here take warning, that dreams alone can truly be, for 'tis in dream I come to thee. Nel Bianchiger. Blue-gray and white of rose, the flowers of the west's fore-dawn unclose. I feel the dusky softness whir of color, as upon a dulcimer, her dreaming fingers lay between the tunes, as when the living music swoons, but dies not quite. Because for love of us, knowing our state, how that 'tis troublous, it wills not die to leave us desolate. Nils like beautiful, infinite memories that are a-plucking at my heart. Why will you be ever calling and a-calling, and a-murmuring in the dark there, and a-reaching out your long hands between me and my beloved? And why will you be ever a-casting the black shadow of your beauty on the white face of my beloved, and a-glinting in the pools of her eyes? As ye go through these palm trees, O holy angels, sith sleepeth my child here, still ye the branches. O Bethlehem palm trees that move to the anger of winds in their fury, tempestuous voices, make ye no clamor, run ye less swiftly, sith sleepeth the child here, still ye your branches. He, the divine child, is here a-wearied of weeping the earth pain. Here for his rest would he cease from his mourning, only a little while, sith sleepeth this child here, stay ye the branches. Cold be the fierce winds, treacherous round him. Ye see that I have not wherewith to guard him. O angels, divine ones that pass us a-flying, sith sleepeth my child here, stay ye the branches. If all the grief and woe and bitterness, all dolour, ill, and every evil chance that ever came upon this grieving world were set together, they would seem but light against the death of the young English king. Worth lieth riven and youth dolorous, the world o'ershadowed, soiled and overcast, void of all joy and full of ire and sadness. Grieving and sad and full of bitterness are left in teen the liegemen courteous, the jugglers supple and the troubadours. or much hath ta'en Sir Death, that deadly warrior, in taking from them the young English king, who made the freest hand seem covetous. Lass, never was nor will be in this world the balance for this loss in ire and sadness. O skilful death and full of bitterness, well mayest thou boast that thou, the best chevalier that any folk e'er had, hast from us taken. Sith nothing is that unto worth pertaineth, but had its life in the young English king, and better were it, should God grant his pleasure, that he should live than many a living dastard that doth but wound the good with ire and sadness. From this faint world, how full of bitterness, love takes his way and holds his joy deceitful. Sith no thing is but turneth unto anguish, and each today veils less than yestereen. Let each man visage this young English king, that was most valiant mid all worthiest men. Gone is his body fine and amorous, whence have we grief, discord, and deepest sadness. Him whom it pleased for our great bitterness to come to earth to draw us from misventure, who drank of death for our salvation, him do we pray as to a Lord most righteous and humble eke, that the young English king he pleased to pardon, as true pardon is, and bid go in with honoured companions, there where there is no grief, nor shall be sadness. In a garden where the white thorn spreads her leaves, my lady hath her love lain close beside her, till the warder cries the dawn, ah, dawn that grieves, ah God, that dawn should come so soon. Please God that night, dear night, should never cease, nor that my love should parted be from me, nor watch cry dawn, ah, dawn that slayeth peace, ah God, that dawn should come so soon. Fair friend and sweet thy lips, our lips again, low in the meadow where the birds give song, ours be the love and jealousy's the pain, ah God, that dawn should come so soon. Sweet friend and fair, take we our joy again, down in the garden where the birds are loud, till the warders read a strain, cry God, ah God, that dawn should come so soon. Of that sweet wind that comes from far away have I drunk deep of my beloved's breath, yea, of my love's that is so dear and grey, ah God, that dawn should come so soon. Fair is this damsel and right courteous, and many watch her beauty's gracious way. Her heart toward love is nowise traitorous, ah God, that dawn should come so soon. White poppy, heavy with dreams, O white poppy, who art wiser than love. Though I am hungry for their lips, when I see them a-hiding, and a-passing out and in through the shadows, there in the pine wood it is, and they are white, white poppy. They are white like the clouds in the forest of the sky, ere the stars arise to their hunting, O white poppy, who art wiser than love, I am come for peace. Yea, from the hunting am I come to thee for peace. Out of a new sorrow it is that my hunting hath brought me. White poppy, heavy with dreams, though I am hungry for their lips when I see them a-hiding and a-passing out and in through the shadows, and it is white they are. And if one should look at me with the old hunger in her eyes, how will I be answering her eyes? For I have followed the white folk of the forest. Aye, it's a long hunting, and it's a deep hunger I have when I see them a-gliding and a-flickering there, where the trees stand apart. But oh, it is sorrow and sorrow, when love dies down in the heart. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Do, 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 do.
They could be if you had to people trying to, I don't know, get away from pursuers at the same time. Caesar points out that every place gets choked with people trying to get away. And out of a population of 40,000, Caesar says about 800 survived. The Romans killed everyone, man, woman, child, old, infirmed, everything. And Goldsworthy and others point out that this might not have been part of Caesar's plan. He will be very strategic as he sort of puts down this rebellion. Who gets clemency and who gets absolutely decimated? The important tribes that used to be friendly to the Romans, Caesar tends to be kind of light-handed with, right? Oh, we're sorry you left. You should come back to the Romans, right? But the people that have been nasty the whole time and that the Romans have nothing to politically gain with often are used as examples. In this case, though, Caesar is giving up a lot of money when these people are being killed in the streets of Avaricum. And even these soldiers who stood to get a cut, right? They might have gotten their own slave, but they're busy killing the booty in these narrow streets of this Gallic town. And some of the historians, Goldsworthy is one of them, I think, made the suggestion that this might have been an army that was just so angry for all sorts of reasons, including the killing of the Roman businessmen and traders to kick off this rebellion, that they couldn't be controlled or were mad enough to think, to hell with the money, to hell with the slaves, to hell with the booty, I'm killing these people. And they did. And it's another one of those tragedies that goes into stomping down Gallic resistance. Normally, a disaster like Avaricum would have hurt a war leader's reputation, but Caesar suggests, and it's not hard to believe, that it actually helped Vercingetorix's, because he had been one of the people that said, we should be burning this town down. And then when his advice wasn't chosen, because he's not an absolute ruler in any sense of the word, he's sort of chosen almost like an outside contractor, if you want to look at it this way, by these tribes, and if they don't like his leadership, they can bolt singly or in groups. In this case, he looks like he was in the right all along. So after Avaricum, the Gallic army continues to harass and shadow Caesar's Romans. Remember, Caesar's Romans are the only Roman army here. So there's no other pincer that can come around and do stuff. If Caesar wants to do something in two places at the same time, he has to split the army he's got. Which means if the Gauls can keep Caesar's army sort of occupied somewhere, they're free to move around and do things in every other area of the theater. For example, Vercingetorix is continually sending his emissaries to all these other tribes that haven't joined the rebellion yet. There's one in particular that would transform the situation if Vercingetorix could flip them. It's this tribe that's so close to the Romans, the Aedui, the ones who got us involved in this story to begin with. That so-called druid Divicicius is a member of the Aedui tribe, right? The reason that they're so important is because that's who's providing Caesar's food right now. And they're guarding his food supply lines also with their warriors. What would happen if they flipped? So fast forward to what's going on. Caesar and this Gallic army are sort of shadowing each other. Vercingetorix takes his army up into some hills around this, let's call it a very large hill or a mini mountain. At its very tops, it's 2,400 plus feet above the ground level. And this is another Gallic hill city or hill town or fortified town, whatever definition you want to use. And once again, there's an excuse why it escaped burning. This is Vercingetorix's tribal capital. This is his home, basically. So maybe it's a do as I say, not as I do situation. You all burn down your towns, but I'm not burning down mine. Or maybe this place was so easily defended and so hard to take that Vercingetorix thought it was a place he could pin Caesar down while he destroyed his supply. And by getting this friendly tribe that was providing Caesar's food to flip, Caesar's in terrible trouble camped out in front of this city called Gergovia. And Gergovia is normally considered the second big encounter, one of the big three as part of these Gallic wars. It's also one where you have to take Caesar at even less face value because this is not the high water mark of Caesar's generalship. And so for a piece of propaganda like these war commentaries, if you're ever going to shade the truth and try to make yourself look better and spin things, this is going to be the place where you do it. Normally Caesar would look at a place like this and think, let's starve it out. But given the supply situation, he'd be more likely with his army to starve before the people in Gergovia did. What's more, Caesar's a little light on troops at this point. This is one of the moves that some have criticized over the eras, but I told you earlier, Caesar needs two things done simultaneously in different places. He doesn't have another army in Rome he can call on. He has to split his own. And before this battle, this siege at Gergovia, he does, and sends out about 40% of his forces to go handle something involving a couple of other tribes that need a good thwacking. But it means at Gergovia they're not there. So when you start considering, maybe enclosing an entire mini mountain with walls and fences and things to cut it off from the outside world, and you look at your 6 legions, you may be thinking to yourself, I really don't have enough people for that kind of strategy right now. Now, describing sieges is always difficult, so I'll just use these rough ideas. But basically, when Caesar gets there and sees what he's up against, he starts nibbling at terrain features nearby that will help him. For example, there's a little hill nearby where if he takes that little hill that the Gauls haven't really defended, it'll be harder for the Gauls to get water. So it becomes this little game of nibbling on terrain features, building camps and doing all this sort of stuff. And then while he's doing it, he gets word that the Aedui have flipped, and that the baggage in his rear is compromised, and the food may not be arriving. So he takes a large portion of the legions he's working with at Gergovia and goes down to deal with the problem with the supply lines. And while he's gone, supposedly, Vercingetorix and the warriors come out of the heights down the hill and attack this Roman camp. A Roman camp built for like 6 legions, but now only defended by 2, which you could see would make it difficult. Caesar gets word of this when he's on his way back from dealing with the supply line problems with like 4 legions, and when he gets to the camp, he sees that they have managed to beat off the assault with artillery and all kinds of things, but they're in a bad way. So Caesar devises this strategy where he's going to feint an attack on one side, get all the Celtic warriors to go to that side of the top of the mesa of the hill fort, and then Caesar will attack on the far side that's now abandoned with some more troops. So he sets this up, eventually gets to the point where the Gauls take the bait. They all come to the one side of the mesa to deal with Caesar's feint. Caesar sends his legions around the supposedly now undefended other side. They start doing real well. They get through the main wall. They're starting to cut up some of the camp and the women and the children, and I mean, maybe this is going to win. And then the Celtic warriors that have been drawn off to the other side of the mesa by the feint come back en masse. Vercingetorix himself might have led the cavalry charge that sent the Romans careening back down the hill. Caesar will get together a bunch of legions that are not involved at the bottom, somewhere near the bottom of the hill, so that his own troops can then hide behind them, and his new troops that are uninvolved in the combat can ward off the pursuing Celts. Caesar says we'll admit to like 700 dead legionaries. Between 40 and 50 of these people are centurions. There's been an interesting debate you can read on whether or not this is the Roman habit of encouraging, conspicuous bravery would be one way of putting it if you wanted to spin it one way. Reckless endangerment for personal gain might be another. But Caesar kind of blames that a little bit. At the same time, Caesar's been encouraging this kind of audacity forever, where these legionaries and their centurions are rewarded for throwing themselves into the breach and being extra tough and extra aggressive. In this case, Caesar says, though, at one point these Gauls will be throwing these dead Romans over the walls head first, and Caesar will name at least one of these dead Romans being thrown over the wall by the Celtic warriors who killed him by name. So you know the guy who you're seeing thrown over the walls dead. I mean, it sounds like it was a nasty situation. Some historians have suggested the casualties would be a great deal higher than Caesar was admitting to. The military setback that Caesar suffers at Gergovia, combined with the losing of the Aedui tribe to the rebellion, begins to flip yet more tribes. And to emphasize how quickly this is happening, everything we're talking about here is happening in 52 BCE. Normally, when you think of this period, you think of an era of almost glacial-like operations, whether we're talking about armies advancing or sieges or anything. Sieges could take years. All of this is happening in 52. quickly events are unfolding. And by the way, Caesar was not giving conventional dates, so you could say that all this stuff happened in this 1 year, but you don't know when. Sometimes he'll give you an inkling of a season, right? So you could say, well, this happened in the winter, or this happened in the spring, or what have you. But most armies I can think of from the ancient period well up into almost the modern era would have a hard time dealing with the speed of something going this fast. I keep trying to imagine, European armies from the Middle Ages trying to crush this revolt this quickly. Part of it, of course, is Rome, but the other part is, and what sort of bad karmic luck do the Gauls have that this happened, that they get one of the great generals in all human history, and a guy at the top of his resume when he's bragging about his God-given qualities is going to put speed and decisiveness of movement. As if the Celts already didn't have enough, going against them in this deal between the technology and the lack of centralization and all the things we've been talking about. They gotta get this guy at this time too? In fact, it's worse than just that. Caesar's political antenna, as you might imagine from a guy honing his skills in the Rome of the late Republic, are exquisite. And his ability to read the proper way to respond to these tribes in order to play them as much as he can, like a musical instrument, is crazy. Some tribes get clemency, others get wiped out, and you gotta know how to play this game to keep most of them in your camp, or at least the 49% of the tribe maybe that wishes they were in your camp, but are currently in the minority. You think about guys coming from the era Caesar was born in, Marius and Sulla. They might have been equally successful at destroying these Gallic armies, but I imagine Caesar's going to look like a great big softie when it comes to the genocide or the Holocaust we're talking about, if it's Marius or Sulla dishing out the punishment. Maybe everything, when we talk about these historical genocides and crimes against humanity in all these modern terms, maybe they all need to be graded on the curve, eh? Nonetheless, at this point in the story, this is about the low watermark of Caesar's entire career, and most other generals would be toast at this point. Army Caesar's that was already feeling the bite of the scorched earth policy, so he was not doing all that great to begin with. The military setback at Gergovia is not huge in a military sense. The Romans can suck up those casualties, but in a political sense it's big. Several historians will point out that this shatters the aura of Roman invincibility. More tribes join the rebellion, but bigger than that is the flipping of the Aedui tribe. For all sorts of